So it's Tuesday morning, back and buys, carbs down to 140, starting off on the bike. Yep, and this is how I start every morning. I never actually showed it, but 30 seconds easy, then 1 minute hard. So I'll start off every morning. It sucks, but I gotta do it. So it's my pre-gym, and I'm actually making a shake or a smoothie just to help it digest a bit faster, and I want to get to the gym within an hour. So in here is 25 grams of oats, 59 grams of protein powder, 65 grams of berries, 10 mils of macadamia nut oil. And I'm doing this specific way because my total macros is divided by 5 into 5 meals, and that's how I'm spreading it out. And you can do it however you wish, but I found this worked perfectly for me, so I'm not going to change something I know that works well, and I've trialed. Probably the only other way I would do it is having all my carbs around, most of my carbs around training, before and after, as well as breakfast as well. But when my metabolism is slowing down at the end of the day, I'll stay and I'll just have a very low carb meal. That works, and this works for me. So this is what I'm sticking to, and at least I get a constant influx of carbs this way. I don't know if I've mentioned my macro intake at the moment is protein still at 240, fat still at 75. The only thing I'm adjusting is carbs. Carbs are 140 on a low day this week, and on Wednesday I'll plus it by 50, so 190 carbs on a midday on Wednesday. 3 low days again of 140 grams of carbs, and on Sunday I'll have a refeed day, which will include 100 extra carbs, which will put me to 240. And same structure with the midday and refeed day, so I'll have the 5 meals divided by into 5, my macros into 5. So I'll have my 5 meals that are my macros divided by 5. So let's just down this, and I want to talk a bit about supplements after this as well. And back and buys today, we'll smash that, and back and buys today, we'll smash that, and I've made adjustments in form and whatnot, and you'll see, maybe even see strength increases if I'm hitting what I hit last week. But yeah. So I'll talk a bit about supplements, and these are most of the stuff I'm taking at the moment, but I've included a few others that I haven't used and that I took in the off season. So let me go over them. As you know, I'm an avid believer in multivitamins. We tend to miss our vitamins and minerals intake for the day, so that's the reason behind that. L-arginine, still taking it, but I've switched up how I'm using it at the moment. So I'm taking 5 to 6 grams before training. That's while on an empty stomach. Reason being, if you haven't seen my other videos, it helps you release natural growth hormone from the pituitary gland, and that's the reason behind that. And natural growth hormone decreases as you get older, so once you hit over 25, it starts declining. I'm a bit bad at the moment, and I'm using pre-workout. Off season I sort of got addicted to it again, so I know this works. I use it, but at the moment I'll have to take between 1.5 scoops or 2 scoops, so shit just don't hit me like other people. So my body's very, very stubborn, and obviously I've built a tolerance towards it. But yeah, 6 weeks out, straight black coffee. No, that actually can make you store water as well, so I'll know if I'm storing water if I cut it out. Also, this is a most important one I'm taking is L-carnitine. It's a variable of it, but does the same thing. And well, it believes here that it's more bioavailable, but L-carnitine liquid performs probably better. But this was cheap and it's last me forever. So 250 grams and 250 servings, 1 gram is a serve. And I take this on an empty stomach for cardio and for training. So it helps you mobilize fat and use it as energy. When I can't sleep, Ronnie Coleman Resurrect. So take this on an empty stomach before bed and it knocks you out. It does have a few amino acids that help you recover and release natural growth hormone as well. Ornithine is one of them. It does have L-arginine in it as well. Theanine, I believe, does the same thing. So this is pretty well thought out supplement, and I might be throwing all this and you might think, oh, what a supplement head or whatever, but I'm open-minded, but I don't rely on some supplements. So this is a very sometimes thing. This is, only when I'm cutting. This I shouldn't really be taking, but I'm being a bit stupid, or this is an all the time thing, and I do believe in training in hypertrophy range. This is a prep one only, so it's MPA subs, Burn. So I just roll it onto where my stubborn fat areas is, and it's supposed to tighten it up. Take it once or twice a day. I take it before cardio in the morning and after training. I've just started taking this. It stays in your skin, and to understand what it feels like putting chili powder on your body and that burn on your skin. And it's got a lot of different prep in it. I was very skeptical of using this, but I used this in my last prep and it helped me tighten up a lot, to be honest. And I've never believed in this, but my old coach told me to use it just to help. In 2 weeks I did see a difference, so I'm 8 weeks out, so I'm hoping to get a lot more tighter. Just be aware, you can buy this on eBay or mpasubs.com. It's Matt Porter approved subs, and he's a bit of a science head, so it's all gravy. This is something I haven't used yet, but since prep is getting intense, like already, it's another MPA subs, cortisol. It just helps you regulate your cortisol levels. So it doesn't block cortisol because you still need cortisol, and it just regulates it and helps keep it in a healthy range. So I'm trying that today for the first time, and this is one of my coach's supplements, and I was skeptical, but I just wanted to give it a try while off season. But this is not a cutting one. By the way, this is only for comp prep as well, cortisol. This one here, BioS3 Intracell 7. It's an intra workout, which is carb based, and it has high branch cyclic dextrin, so it wham bam hits your muscles fast and gives you a lot of energy. And I really got a crazy pump with this, and I highly recommend it. You see people endorsing things on the net, YouTube or whatever, and you just think it's just a marketing ploy, but honestly this did work, and I'm going to go back onto it when I'm trying to gain again. The reason why I'm not using this at the moment is intra workouts, they tend to make it hard for you to drop weight. So when I'm training, my body's using fat as energy a lot of the time, and hence L-arginine. But your body wants to do what's easiest, so it'll take the path of least resistance. So using this doesn't allow your body to use body fat. It'll just it'll just use this first, and that's sort of the reason behind it why I use it in offense as well. If you're not catabolic, you obviously won't lose muscle, but losing muscle is, I believe, it's very genetic. I train hard enough to failure, so my body's like, holy crap, I'd rather waste fat than muscle because I need the muscle to survive. So that sums up my supplement intake overall. And I did take creatine in off season while I was bulking or lean bulking. I feel like there was no real difference with it and without it, so some people might work. For me it did shit all, but that's about the extent of my supplementations. And I see a few other brands which I'm wanting to try in the off season, or when I'm, don't have to lean down to a certain stage of a certain time. But I'm always researching, learning. I like people who think outside this box, and I'm certainly one of those people. So I'm not going to close off. It's starting to rain. I'm not going to close off how I feel about just because how I feel, but I don't have the evidence to back up what it actually does. So this sums up the supplementation side. We'll get the training, smash the back and buys, and hope you enjoy and getting informed at the same time. Start off with bent over rows, 90 kilos, very full range of motion. This was hard for me last time as my lower back was a bit painful, but dropping carbs and strength increasing as proven with just this set. Look at the control, that negative, bring it up, and this is 100, so more than last time. My carbs have gone down significantly from that last back and buys vlog. And yeah, as you can see, down to the knees, up to the waist. The hand grip's fairly close as well, so I can get that, bring the elbows back quite well. Okay, so chin ups, wide grip. I was actually gone back to doing this weighted, but for some reason the chain that they normally use to help things have weighted wasn't there, so I just did time under tension with this exercise. And yeah, it's very, and I might put my grip wider as well. And as you can see, just trying through the chest. If you look in the mirror on the side there, you can see my range of motion is very full. This is not a best camera angle to show the range of motion. And yeah, partial reps to burn out. Okay, mid bar, reverse, pull downs, close grip. And yeah, watch those elbows go way back. And weight's about the same. And at this point I had a bit of a tennis elbow problem, and yeah, I think I changed my grip a bit at this point. But yeah, if you look at my back, it's constantly contracting. That weight is controlled the whole way. That negative is just another aspect of the rep. So constant tension, and that's what you want. I dropped the weights on the barbell curls specifically to get that constant tension, not using shoulders or anything else or momentum to take the tension off the bicep, because what you want primarily is constant tension. That's the most important thing, controlling it under constant tension. And once you get better at a weight, you increase it. That's how I should be overloading, and that's my main way I overload. But sometimes ego lifting comes over, like last episode of back and buys. But see the contraction on my bicep, it's rounding off, the blood's going there. It's a primary muscle. This is a much better range of motion and form overall. This is what it should be looking like. And always to failure, those past reps. Just to burn out. Drag curls and elbows back, and my control has increased. Not everything necessarily is heavier, a few things are heavier, but the main thing was getting that control and making sure my form's better. Constant tension on the bicep, you can see it's contracting the whole time, and it's painful. Constant tension, because it's just lactic acid just builds and builds and builds. till you lock out, I can't do anymore. It's important not to go too heavy because your secondaries will take over. This is a perfect example of doing it with the right amount of weight, because the bicep, you can see it's shortening and peaking. This is another adjusted exercise, so I've gone for these spider hammers. I've gone lighter, locked my back of my arm into the chair, and just allowing it to peak at the top like that. This is a very hard exercise, that's why I have to go down to 10 kilos. And at this point I'm well spent, so ideally you want to hit that first set of whatever you're doing, those 3 sets of the first exercise, and be so fatigued you can't do anymore. But you have to do at least a few exercises to stimulate the muscle growth. Failure, and my biceps locked out, I couldn't do anymore, so this sums up today.